Hi, can I tell you a little secret? And I'm 100% positive I'm gonna ruffle a lot of feathers here. I absolutely cannot stand the art of sublimation. Hi, my name is Ashley Falco. Welcome to the Craft Castle, and hear me out before you judge me too hard. I have been trying for years to fall in love with this craft, but every single time I try and do anything sublimation, I add something else on my list of why I don't like the craft. Now, I would like to note here, the whole reason why I'm doing this video is not to convince you that you should not like sublimation, but it's to try and have you convince me why I should fall in love with the craft. So the very first thing that I don't like about sublimation, and right now I'm actually currently printing out a pattern just so I can show you. I am using a converted EcoTake Epson printer to do a sublimation print. Because I don't do a whole lot of sublimation, I didn't want to invest in a really expensive sublimation printer. So I'm not entirely sure if this is something that is going to be for every single printer, but my Epson printer is always on the fritz. I constantly have to be doing head cleanings and test prints. I think I have more test prints and head cleanings done than I actually have good quality prints. Now I need to know, if you have a real sublimation printer, do you find that you have these issues? The one thing about me is that I don't like to be wasteful, and I feel like I am wasting so much time and supplies just trying to get one good print. Now, the second reason why I don't really like sublimation is that this printer right here only prints 8.5 by 11. Most designs that you're going to want to print are larger than 8.5 by 11. Or I mean, at least the prints that I've been wanting to do need to be larger than 8.5 by 11. Because this printer is only an 8.5 by 11 printer, I have to do a multiple page print and then seam them together myself manually. What happens is your end result, you end up having seams throughout your entire project. That is not cute. And since I'm on the subject of seams, the third reason why I don't love sublimation print is I have never been able to properly sublimate a tumbler or a mug without having that dreaded seam. There is a ton of craft hacks out there to alleviate those seams, but I have watched hundreds of those videos and those hacks, and I still see a seam. Now, I'm well aware that we are crafters and not commercial producers. However, when we are doing crafts that I'm gonna be giving away to my friends and family, I want to be proud of what I made, and it stinks so bad that I have seams on my tumblers and mugs. Also, it drives me absolutely bananas that we only have the option for white. I had to bust out my water cup just to show you exactly what I'm talking about. But do you see how my water cup is all green? Everything's green. Even the handle, inside the handle, outside the handle, everything is one color. Right now, this sublimation tumbler is all white. But when we go to sublimate something on top of here, you're gonna have some things sublimated with a cute little pattern or picture, but then your handle is gonna be left white. It drives me bananas, and I'm sure that I'm probably the only one that has that opinion, but I cannot stand when my entire tumbler is one color and then I have a white handle. Not like this one right here where it's all green, which again, I know, commercially made, and we are going to hand make this. We're gonna craft this. So obviously there is going to be a difference, but holy cannoli, can I just not stand the look of it. Now, the next thing is do you know how expensive these blanks are? Every single blank that I have purchased is so expensive, and if you mess one up, you are stuck like Chuck. There is no way of getting it off of, I mean, don't get me wrong, sublimation is permanent, and I love the fact that it's permanent because it'll be there forever. But like, if I mess up, I'm stuck with a messed up blank. Well, no longer blank. I'm stuck with a messed up thing that I can't use. Now, I have tried the whole, if you mess up, stick it in your sublimation oven and bake it off. I have tried that, and I don't suggest it. Holy cow, I had one in my oven for like 3 hours, and the only thing it did was made my craft room hot because the oven was going for that long. And the image was still very much on the tumbler. So don't suggest doing that. So my next little thing of the reason why I don't like sublimation, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be the only one that says this because I have the world's most sensitive nose. But have you ever smelled rotten eggs when you're doing sublimation? Please tell me I am not the only one that smells that nasty rotten egg smell. Every single time I do sublimation anything, it smells like rotten eggs. It drives me crazy. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the ink that I'm using. Maybe I'm pressing it for too long. I don't know. I have tried lots of different inks and lots of different brands. And every single time I do a sublimation, anything, my craft room smells like rotten eggs and ugh, it makes me want to just run right out of here. Now, 3-4 years ago when sublimation became really big, I don't know if they have been around longer than that, but I just know it came across my attention about 3-4 years ago. The one thing that I was most excited about is the fact that you can sublimate on t-shirts and it not have a film. I personally am someone that can't stand designs on my shirt. If I can feel it, it drives me bananas. I'm a real weird texture person. So a shirt like this that we made in a previous video, this is an HTV decal and I can feel it underneath my fingertips. If I were to have like an itch on my chest and like itch, and I would itch this, oh my gosh, it's like nails on chalkboard. I cannot stand it. So the idea of being able to sublimate on my t-shirts and not have anything to feel because it would become one with my fabric, I was so jazzed about until I realized that you only could sublimate on polyester clothing. Have you ever tried anything polyester on? It kind of does not feel good on the skin. I don't know what's worse, polyester t-shirts or a shirt that just has a small decal on it. Now, if I was able to create the perfect crafting world, I would create something that you can put on a cotton t-shirt without any extra steps. That would be like Ashley Falco's wildest dreams come true. I feel like I'm doing a whole lot of complaining in this video, and it's definitely not something I love to do, but I truly want you to know the reasonings of why I don't love sublimation, and then maybe you can give me a better outlook on how to look at this. But I have to tell you, my craft room is filled with sublimation supplies, and I don't even do sublimation on the regular. It requires so much equipment, so much stuff, so much everything that it is filling up my craft room, and it's honestly so annoying. I have my sublimation oven that's right here. I also have my printer. I have a cabinet over here that is stock filled with all things sublimation. I have more sublimation inks, stamps, paints. I have a mug press, a tumbler press, stock filled in my cabinet. And then I also have this closet over here that is packed filled with mugs, tumblers, and every single blank that you could possibly need or want. The amount of space that it takes to be a sublimation crafter, I can't imagine this just be like, I have a really big craft room. I feel it's a little overwhelming in my craft room. Could you imagine having a small craft area? Where would you put all this stuff? The other thing is the amount of waste that happens when you do sublimation. Like, take this for example. I've already told you that if I messed up on this tumbler, this right here would be a wasted mess. We have a piece of paper, right? We're gonna put this piece of paper over the tumbler. I'm not gonna do it because I don't wanna heat up my craft room because this oven right here blows hot air out the back. It's currently 110 degrees outside. If I were to turn this oven on, holy cannoli, would it be 110 degrees in the craft room. But we are going to pretend like we are going to prep this. What you're gonna need to do is you're going to need to do something like this, which is like a vacuum seal pouch. If you choose to do that, what you're going to need is a heat blowing gun. If you don't choose to do that, what you're gonna need is a boatload of heat resistant tape. You're gonna wanna tape the crud out of this. There are people that tape the tops, the sides, and everything around, making it nice and tight. Then when you get done pressing it or putting it in the oven, you're gonna take it all off. Do we really have to put that much tape or this much plastic? I'm all about trying to save the environment, and I just feel like this craft is so the absolute opposite of trying to save the environment. You're also going to need a heat-resistant glove. Don't try and touch any of your blanks without one of these because you will fry your fingertips off. The FBI will never be able to find you because all of your fingertips are roasted and toasted onto your blanks. The other thing that you're going to need if you're going to be doing garments with sublimation is some sort of parchment paper. I generally get huge boxes of parchment paper from Costco and it lasts forever. But seriously, the list of supplies keeps going on and on and on and on. And I am running out of room in my craft room and I'm not really a fan of the craft. The last and final reason of why I have not fallen in love with the sublimation craft, it's probably just a me thing, to be honest with you. And I would like to note, just because we are crafters, we're not gonna like all crafts. You know what I mean? Let's take Cricut, for example. There is a huge market of crafters that only do vinyl crafts. They love vinyl, they cannot stand cardstock. But there is also a huge market of cardstock crafters. I fall in one of those. I love cardstock so much, I own my own cardstock warehouse. But that is not here or there. What I am trying to say is that there are cardstock crafters that can't stand vinyl. So just because we are crafters doesn't mean we are going to love every single craft. You know, everyone has their flavor. But I think this last and final reason is the biggest hurdle that I have to jump through in order to fall in love with the craft of sublimation. And let me just tell you the process of cardstock crafting because I think this will probably be the final piece in the jigsaw puzzle for you, is that when you do a cardstock craft, you take flat sheets of paper that just look flat and don't have anything. You take it over to your Cricut and you cut all these small random shapes out, right? Then what you do is you glue them on top of each other and eventually you'll be able to make something like this. We did this in a previous project and this right here was a whole bunch of flat cardstock that I turned into a 3D canvas letter. This right here is using all of the cardstock found in my cardstock warehouse, but you would never be able to guess that this right here was once just flat pieces of cardstock. I absolutely loved watching this project come together right before my eyes, going from flat pieces of cardstock to something that is absolutely amazing. So with that being said, the reason why I have such a hurdle to get over with sublimation is that I essentially am only dinking around on the computer, making a design, which frankly, they are cute. The designs are cute, but we are going to make a design, we are gonna print it and then press it, and that's it. The creative process is over. I did not see anything come to life, which I feel like that's the whole reason why I love cardstock crafting, is I'm watching things come to life versus doing a lot of computer work. Don't get me wrong, computer work and design work it can be fun, but it's not the most enjoyable part of the process for me as a crafter. I love being able to use my hands and make things come to life, and that is what I am missing with sublimation crafts. Okie dokie, my crafty friends, that is my entire list of the reasons why I don't love sublimation crafting. If you have a different opinion about sublimation crafts and you absolutely love it, please tell me in the comments of this video why you love it so much. Am I being a little dramatic about my opinions on this? Am I being a little bit too harsh? Or what am I missing? Why do you love the craft so much that I don't see in it? And I kind of am also hoping that I am not the only one that doesn't love sublimation crafts. I don't know one other person that absolutely doesn't like it like me. Every single time I say it out loud, I get so many people that tell me, oh my gosh, Ashley, you're crazy. I can't believe you don't love it. Not one person I've ever heard has the same opinion as me. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm not alone here because right now I do feel very alone in my opinion. And it's almost like I don't want to share my opinion because holy cow, I think I'm going to get chastised for it for the length of eternity. All right, y'all. I generally end my videos with the words, I sure hope I inspired you to create, but today I'm going to end it a little differently because I think I ruffled your feathers. I sure hope to see you next time. Bye.